The engine hummed, a low, constant drone against the silence of the highway. Stan gripped the steering wheel, eyes glued to the deserted road. Streetlights flickered, casting long, dancing shadows, each one a fleeting phantom in the desolate landscape. Another night on the late shift. The air inside the bus was heavy, thick with the silence of the absent. Just Stan and the echoes of the day's last commuters. He glanced at his reflection in the rearview mirror, a familiar face etched with fatigue. A lone figure in a steel and glass cage, hurtling through the night. A flicker in the mirror. Stan's gaze snapped back to the road, heart pounding. Just his imagination. He had been seeing things lately, shadows moving in the periphery. He blamed the long hours, the solitude. He stole another glance at the mirror. This time, there was no mistaking it. A face. White, gaunt, staring back at him. He gripped the steering wheel tighter, knuckles turning white. It was just a reflection, a trick of the light. He tried to rationalize, to convince himself, but deep down a primal fear began to stir. The face remained unwavering, its hollow eyes burning into his. The bus rumbled on, each turn of the wheel carrying Stan further into the chilling grip of the unknown. He felt a cold sweat prickling at his skin. He tried to focus on the road, on the rhythmic swish of the windshield wipers battling the sudden drizzle. But the face in the mirror held him captive. And then he heard it. A whisper, faint at first, like the rustling of leaves. It seemed to seep in through the vents, wrapping around him, chilling him to the bone. He couldn't make out the words, but the voice was filled with an ancient sorrow, a longing that echoed through the ages. The lone face in the mirror was no longer alone. More appeared with each passing mile, a spectral audience, their hollow eyes watching his every move. The whispers grew louder, swirling around him, morphing from indiscernible murmurs to guttural pronouncements. Each stop brought a fresh wave of icy dread. As new passengers boarded, their forms visible only in the mirror, the temperature inside the bus plummeted. Stan felt a bone-chilling cold grip his heart. He was trapped, caught in a terrifying spectral loop. The bus, his prison, hurtling towards a destination he couldn't foresee, didn't want to see. The whispers reached a deafening crescendo, swirling around him like a vortex of lost souls. They were calling to him, beckoning him. He wanted to scream, but no sound escaped his lips. His eyes remained fixated on the mirror, a silent plea to the reflection staring back at him, the only other living soul he could see. But as the reflection met his gaze, a horrifying truth dawned. It wasn't his reflection staring back at him. It was one of them.